Donc maseni ne tika seno magwei inango japonji mako ai parish te Sacramento ilwala kugwenu chiyenga makachi de gam ilwala edukude ni Kristo kakaye den kalega tum kadonge dong kidu marketinge edwa keveke no ilwala esha duwanwanga ti iwa peku madit mateka sero keni dong uketanda Kristo kiteka timo teach matek ma eni wekara dong Sacramento ma eni edlo gibango keni eni ma wabeteka kiero ekliza eni wateka yope maber dokule ma eni wa forming committee mamwa ba chalo COC bekonywa pe temo yekwa eni madongo kiteka temo teach matek meeting watemo dong kwa ngario matongtong budget sheka wa wodo pe konywa pe temo yekwa eni ne machamen mwami COC madit wa yero teka keni Willie Ureda Mete Danama Miraluka Chapo Loka Kanano then Vice Pare Wateko Daniel
Grace Kushin Freedom, the State Minister for Northern Uganda, who was the chief guest during the fundraising drive today, revealed that the construction works, which are now at renovation, needs concerted support by both believers and non-believers. Kuyuchin contributed over 600,000 shillings and iron sheets to the church.
The Catholic Church in Hua Town Council, and we had an opportunity also to contribute. I was pleased to see Christians participate for their own church, and it was organized in such a way that there were 3 groups competing with one another: the employees group, the business group, and the farmers group. I also contributed to what they are renovating. They would like to complete their church, and I was happy to be part of that activity. I pledged to put a translucent iron sheets so that there is light in the church, and I gave a humble contribution of 600,000.
Christ the King Chapel has a total of 3,971 Christians from Okemu, Ofaka, Padere, Jopatoi, and Paibe small Christian communities, respectively. Over 3.5 million shillings was raised during today's fundraising drive, led by the State Minister for Northern Uganda, Grace Kushin Freedom. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
And more in our stories this evening. Locals in Oroya Opoya sub-county, the new sub-county, which is carved out of Odek, the home of the notorious Lord Resistance Army leader Joseph Kony, shared with West Nile Television their memories of the New Year's celebration during the LRA wars. Take a look.
In Layeraj village, Orafoy sub-county, Vikator and her husband, Robert Ojok, celebrate their Passover from 2023 to 2024 as they banked Jerican and doors in the joy of getting into a new year, 2024.
Happy New Year!
Vicky was happy because she and her family had peacefully entered the year 2024 with joy, happiness, and good health, something which used not to exist during the LRA war in northern Uganda.
Being
one of the few who survived LRA abductions, on the first morning of the first day of 2024, Vicky came for prayers at St. Catherine Catholic Church in Lalogi, Konagula. giving thanks to God for saving and protecting her during the LRA war in the region.
Yenu beru piar bungwan biar bisa. Nolak panas tek mau makanya pakai. Cuy kiana. Bima pario. Chào cái lumayan gemen. Chào panjang. Karena kita jadi senta arkoy. Kekatamu kan ini nih. Oh lu mieli arlega ge. Pengen dong mau cuci cakep pak. Ki arlega pak. Mieli mencari flower girl.
Austin Robankene used to commit in the bush every day in fear of LRA abduction. He says in the evening like this used to be quiet as children and youth would be in the bush hiding in fear of LRA abductions.
What I remember during the past, because I'm now 30 years old, but I remember in 2000 when we were still in the camp, celebrating Christmas was not easy because of those days, whereby we used to go and sleep in the bush. When it comes to time in the evening, you don't see any person moving around.
According to Austin, it was hard to find youth in trading centers or playing football in a football pitch during the war. In the evening like this, Austin continued as he shared his worst day of New Year celebration.
The worst night that I had remember, it was one day because my father was a catechist. So that day we were, at night we were praying the rosary. So we saw those rebels passing. So when they passed, like about some 15 minutes, we had a shouting. And that shouting was one of the Musee who was shouting about those rebels that they should leave what they are doing. And what we heard them telling the fellow rebels, saying that you go and stop that Musee, not to be shouting. And that day, that night, one of the rebels went and killed that Musee. So in that night, they killed about 3 people in our area, probably the neighborhood. So I really felt so bad, and that was my worst night that time.
88 years old Albrico Obol share with us how they used to celebrate their festive season, but most importantly, passed over to the new year.
Burbene chawari dek pedong mer betwa pe bene ke mer mach ko liel yo te ka cha chele no yu nyo cha rio rong le tap pole cha rio me de nek macho wo do be pe do ka be de lo.
Julius Odonga, a 56 years old retired teacher, says the celebration of the new year in the past used to be a very colorful event because it was always done in the homestead, not at the trading centers as it is being done at the moment.
Before the rebel activities, people used to, the time here begin to like people make an alarm, very happy, joy, all whatever thing they can do. They saw, they find elders, clan, they just be in the groups, they dance, they shout, they drink this even, this called local drink like Maroa, they drink. But now when the rebel came, this thing disappeared. Even the youth, just could what they 2 years dance. They dance even trans night, even at night found that dancing, drinking, some of it enjoying the beginning and the end of the year.
According to Julius, the effects of the war is now being felt by children. They are very destructive and chaotic, more so during festive season.
Celebrating the big days always begin in the center and even stop in the center. It's not good because youth, they go there at home, they're drunk. You find there's a lot of incidents, death, burning houses like in the Christmas. There's a one of the houses has been burned in the center here. Because people celebrate the day in the center, not only in the center, then they get drunk. When they got drunk, they even rob people on their way to fish money. These are mostly done by the youth people. So youth, they are becoming a gist these days because they don't want to work hard, but they want to drink, get free money.
It is now coming to 2 decades after the gun silence in northern Uganda, as the war between Uganda government and the Lord Resistance Army rebels comes to an end. Life is coming back to normal. However, both government and the community at large are now battling with the effects of war, which is now being felt on the young ones. Stephen Okello for West Nile Television, NILE CAST.
And more in our stories this evening. During the 6th Annual Food Festival 2024 in Jupadoi Cell, Wild Town Council, organized by the family of Honorable Kuchin Grace Freedom, the State Minister for Northern Uganda, the Bishop of Nebi Anglican Diocese, Right Reverend Ponzo Zele Awinju, has appealed to the Christians to remain faithful and have hope as they crossed into the new year 2024. Take a look.
The Bishop was speaking this afternoon at the 6th Annual Food Festival 2024 in Jupatoi Selwa Town Council Zombo District, organized by the family of Grace Christian Freedom, the State Minister for Northern Uganda. The bishop noted that amidst challenges in 2023, many Christians have diverted minds to drinking alcohol, disco dance, witchcraft, among others, which defame the image of Jesus Christ. He further warned Christians against considering social aspects in celebrating festivals, but rather build their hopes and consider spiritual aspects.
A human being without hope is a very dangerous one. He can do things which can destroy his life because he doesn't care anymore. He can even hurt you because he doesn't care, he has no hope. And he will behave in a way that is so destructive to himself and the community. And friends, in chapter 6 of Matthew, Jesus Christ was addressing a multitude of people. He was teaching them. Jesus was teaching a group of people. But he realized that people were not attentive to him. Friends, when he taught them so many things, he realized they were not listening and were not attentive because of one reason. They were anxious.
Meanwhile, Maurice Manano, the principal accountant, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and one of the food festers, appealed to members of Greater Nebi to always remain in unity, as this food festival has united Menalur natives who came together to share ideas and opportunities for those who are unemployed.
Food festivals associated is an organization, an association formulate a meal, we decided that once in a year, on the 3rd of January, we meet in person. We meet, we make fun, we dance, we make friendship, we interact with different people, we eat, we drink, we dance, and we feel happy, make fun, and we go back home. It is one of the ways through which we have built a lot of strength in our relationship with people. The unity between us has really strengthened, and people have gotten to know each other. And after Food Fest, we coordinate for opportunities available. Because when we meet, we get our impact for development purposes, and together we are using to develop our lives.
However, Gabriel Okumu, area member of parliament Okoro County, who also attended the function, told West Nile TV that the organization of this year's food festival was different in a way that many members officially joined the group. Okumu is optimistic that such gatherings will always fight tribalism, hatred, among others. He urged farmers to use the opportunity to showcase their products as agitated by the President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni in his plans for agriculture.
West Nile TV, I am privileged and very happy that I have entered 2024 in this function where we are celebrating the food festival of Greater Navy, of our people. Food is security in the household. The President of Uganda, President Kaguta Museveni, has emphasized that our people should be able to produce enough food and have surplus for income for the income of the family. Today, we ask ourselves what went wrong and where. Our land is God-given. Our land is rich. Our land is fertile. The matoke which our land in Greater Navy has produced today is mesmerizing. And I am very sure that some of the matokes in the open market could go up to 70,000 a bag. I would like therefore to call on our people with the leaders of this land that let our people invest their time in production such that they can change the life of their household. This occasion, it has collected the who's and who of this land. We have the religious leaders, we have the political leadership, we have the civil servants, we have all our sons within and those who work in the diaspora. I think this organization is a sign that our community is moving slowly to the desired level. Our community, one by one, step by step, is moving in the right direction, which is actually in line with the wish of the government of Uganda. What I would like to call all Ugandans, that it is not tomorrow, it is now. Let us move forward to bring prosperity in our land.
The 2024 Food Festival was celebrated under the theme, Build on Hope for Unity. Among other dignitaries who attended the function include Major General De Klum, the Commander Operation Suja in DR Congo, the King of Alur Kingdom, His Majesty Philip Raoune Olarkel III, all chairpersons, Local Council 5 Greater Nebim, civil servants, members of the association, among others. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
Restitute Uganda, a non-governmental organization in the West Nile region, on the 3rd of January 2023, launched its 5-year strategic plan to be implemented during its annual general meeting, which was held in its regional offices in Arua City. Take a look.
Restitute Team Uganda, a local NGO based in the West Nile region, has launched a 5-year strategic plan to be implemented starting with the current new year 2024. The strategic plan, which was unveiled on the 3rd of January this year in the organization's annual general meeting held in its regional offices in Arua City, also presented their performance, kind donations, funds received from donors and partners, their challenges, as well as their expenditure in the past year 2023. One of the beneficiaries of the NGO, Ms. Afoyo Vanessa from Zombo District, thanked Rescue Team Uganda for her immense contributions through talk shows to sensitize the public and teenagers against the dangers of HIV, stroke, AIDS, among others.
I would like to thank Rescue Uganda because I benefited so much from it. We got to go to the radio station which I've never been to before, and also we got to sensitize our fellow teenagers what we learned from about HIV, AIDS and the dangers, ways of controlling it and ways of avoiding getting it. And also Rachel UG has helped very many people in different ways, and I would like to thank Rachel for supporting all of us and teaching us teenagers that we should not be involved in dangerous things.
Speaking during the same launch of the strategic plan, Honorable Juliet Onyera, the councillor representing Onjivu Ward to Ive Division Council, reiterated that Rate Uganda has done a lot for the vulnerable and needy people since its inception in the year 2020.
This project, Rate Uganda, has done a lot to our community. The impact is there. Much as it has also stayed for long, because this is a project that started in 2020, and this time when you look at it, it is going on well. I started with the community. These people donate a lot of things to the community. They help the poor, the vulnerable. It started as a community base. I was one of them who launched it. I was by then the guest of honor representing the government, and we did it so well. That's why it is here today. Again, I'm really privileged and humbled to go that I also happened to be there with them. And the community are benefiting a lot, and they're very happy. Like of late, we have 11 cells in Onjivu. Out of these 11 cells, these people went to the community of Awindiri cell, where my brother, Honorable Alex, the chairman, LC1, is the chair. They went and donated some clothes. They also gave foodstuffs. They also counseled, the vulnerable, and people have hope. And these are the things we wanted from other NGOs. We're really very grateful, and the community has benefited a lot. Right now, the office is in one of my cells also. It's in a British cell, which is bordered to Ragem. And also, at the time of the launch, the community also were called and they came. They were told the roles and how to protect or how to benefit from this project.
While applauding the Christian and Muslim religions, engineer Jimmy Biomotho, the advisor of the organization, asked people within and outside to intervene by donating any items to help the vulnerable people.
Sometimes I like comparing the Christian faith with the Muslim faith, not for bad, but in good faith. When we're having a festive season, sometimes you find some family, you're having 5 kilograms of meat, some kilograms of rice you're preparing, but in the neighborhood, you don't even have, someone is looking at you, eating, but the person just needs a plate of food. The person is there cannot come and ask for you. But in the Muslim faith, they give out at least. So let us also probably embrace that type of approach. Not only with food, but it can be with the clothes. It can be with some kind of wristwatch, even a belt, anything that it can make a very big difference. These things you cannot get them from outside this country. They are here with us. Like, for example, nearly everything inside here, apart from this furniture, which was also a donation, most of these things were donated by members and other people, including some of these chairs just on. People just give, and we can do much more than this. So my appeal to us all is that let us embrace this type of mode of operation. and increase it to even greater heights than what it is.
Red Uganda Program Manager Mr. Hofin Jakonga described the local mobilization of resources to help the vulnerable and needy people as a unique venture, adding that many didn't have faith in such mobility.
People's response in regard to local fundraising, one, what you have realized is that it is a unique thing. People didn't believe that locally you can mobilize resources and it work. Two, the acceptance has started coming. People say, oh, if this can happen, why don't you also join them and we do the same? So I have seen there is also now ownership of what is called mobilizing. People are taking it upon themselves that why don't we join together and we mobilize resources. So the acceptance and ownership of what we are doing is there. That straight away tells that the relevance of local fundraising is there because we believe it is what is sustainable.
Maurice Eriku, Osuta Yusuf reporting for West Nile TV, NILE CAST.
And more in our stories this evening, locals in Okolo Trading Center in Madiokolo district are demanding for compensation from the Uganda Revenue Authority after URA enforcement officials shot and left one dead and 3 hospitalized at Nebi General Hospital in an incident which occurred during the URA enforcement operations to impound numberless motorcycles and smuggled goods at Kolo Trading Center in Madiokolo district. Alfred Jawok reports more.
Joel Bamako, the area local council one chairperson of Okolo Trading Center in Madiokolo district, said the victims were shot and one of them died upon reaching Nebi General Hospital, while 3 others are yet critically nursing injuries by the stray bullets in the wee hour of Wednesday morning, as the officers used excessive forces on the local traders from Vura, Bondo, Olepi, Okolo, respectively. According to Bamako, they want Uganda Revenue Authority to compensate and take all burial expenses of the deceased.
Edoba Jumba, Udia, Sao Arrivua, Sa Gondoa, Sa Olepia, Sa Konakabua, Sa Trading Center for the center. Rian violent. Alira, Upisura, Upipimanera, Idoko Pagata, Pipia, or Idoko. There have been Pipialo, number original Veda. Pavela, Pavidu. If you appear organic, I go number no original. That's a good year. Commandant Tababa Tano, the Babinity Ali. Bana Fabi Juba, Bana no Gatuba, that's a commander or Dani. Yeah, you life bullets. And a banner life bullets, Bana or Rabira, but the Pina region on ya. That's about the Pina Korea, a region on ya. Edible soup, but innocent, they go Piniayo, Areniayo, Refugio, go to buy to play veranda, but innocent, so either the name of a new Sandy, Banana, Aloatara, Alo Carbon Levy to our Manera, so I love him still very reader. So I'm an comment very present, but that's why revenue. He guide you a lot. I go Baba Bukini, Bamua Sibana, Ateno, Scarnia, Goma Cabana, Vico, and Anania, Madianti. So, Rena, Keleba, River Ditata, Papa Bondona, Mbalo, so it reminds of Pamukerizim, no Asusi. Who among our revenue that's an Kiania, police in Abia Maniku, Gama, very clear.
Chris Lemako, a dealer in petrol in Okolo Trading Center, told this reporter that he survived one of the stray bullets. Lemako further said, his family, they will follow all procedures to claim the compensation, but urged Madokolo district not to pay debt ears to their cries.
So, Manado Revenue, Suria,
en gazu arua la de na de do ba du mbera du kono urna la uliana la so ba te sa be ba bi ti agla ya mte ya mu te ti du suba ki ala ga na la bo ga di ne si awi du be du super organic na ba de so bo organic na du ase na ku ki gra be sa ga ya si do subi awe muta in dota te yom ta ku ga ba do preso commander be to ba be ni oga ni do subi so preso commander mo da to ba ga mi do subi ba lo subi side no alor de no le alor ba lo be ni bi so e jo to be on e bibini.
Patrick Letia, whose daughter has also been shot in the shuffle, urged the affected families to use legal procedures to claim compensation from Uganda Revenue Authority. He expressed worry over rampant raids by Uganda Revenue Authority from West Nile region to people's homes and trading centers.
This isn't happening yesterday. I received a call from my mother. My daughter was shot by living guys. And since the distance was very far from my mother's house, my daughter I could not make it. Now she was telling me over the phone that she has been sent and asked to come and buy something like a shop. As she was proceeding to the shop, this when that can happen. In that process, that's how she was shot. Among the 4 people, she was smuggle things. Since they were now trying to capture these items, the mob became a bit violent to them. That's why they started to shoot these people. Very innocent. As a parent, I feel very bad. I don't know how to look into this. Her future. I don't know whether she's looking through. I plead to the government to give support to this people.
When our reporter went and visited the victims on their sick beds, confirmed that 3 people are still admitted and 1 person who is yet to be identified died upon reaching the health facility. At the time of filing this story, we were unable to get comments from Regional Manager, Uganda Revenue Authority, as some of the officers who went to see the victims declined to speak to us. Cases of shooting by Uganda Revenue Authority officials on civilians have become rampant, and a lot should be done to sensitize the masses against dealing in smuggled goods into Uganda. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
And more in our stories, parents of religious sisters and priests of Arua Diocese have been urged to follow and monitor their sons and daughters who have dedicated their lives to serve God and promote religious vocations in the diocese. This urge has been made by Archbishop John Baptist Odama, the Bishop Ordinary of Gulu Diocese, during the final vows and Silver Jubilee celebrations of Sisters of the Scared Heart of Jesus Christ, Uganda Province, on the 3rd of January 2024 in Moyo Catholic Parish. Take a look.
The religious function brought in hundreds of believers from the different parts of the country and the neighboring countries of Democratic Republic of Congo and South Sudan to witness the occasion, which happens rarely. His Lordship Bishop John the Baptist Odama, the Archbishop of Gulu Archdiocese, who was a co-celebrant in the occasion, said it's unfortunate that in his own archdiocese he has learned that some religious sisters who have taken their last vows of being religious sisters tend to quit the vocation. He therefore urged the parents of the religious sisters and priests to always follow and monitor their children so as to know whether they are truly living up to their promises or not, and should always promote the religious vocations in the diocese.
What saddens me is this. Maybe I could have said it to the sisters. I have noticed it in my own Archdiocese of Gulu, or Heaven Now, as I call it. Some of those who have made final vows decide to leave, to quit. I said, what is this? Did they give really the whole of their heart for it, or it was just to pretend? Why did they come to pretend in front of God and in front of us? Why? So, you parents, follow your daughters, follow your sons, and keep your ears and eyes to observe whether they are committed to what they promised to you, and in front of God and in front of the church. It sounds very, very strong, but I think that is a correct thing to do.
Reverend Bishop Sabino Chano Doki, the Bishop Ordinary of Arua Diocese, who was the main celebrant in the occasion, said parents have a lot of influence over their children and therefore implore the parents to allow their children who have been chosen by God to join the religious vocations instead of always attempting to block them from embracing God's call.
So I'm appealing to parents, that God is calling, don't resist. I've also seen parents who have resisted to give their son to the church. The church wants to be a priest. They were saying, the mother was saying yes, the father was saying no. At the end, the father took the boy far away to UK, thinking that he will forget about priesthood. From there, the boy became mad. Cancer shock destroyed him. Then when he was returned, he brought him to me. Now he can join the seminary. Can the seminary be for the mad people? I say now it's your responsibility. Take care of him. So that one that God has chosen, give, like these parents have given to us. If you come closer, you will see that they have given the best.
Honorable Tom Alero Azar, the Member of Parliament, West Moyo County, said as the political wing, they always work together with the religious people in ensuring there is peace, stability and development in the country, and lauded the religious sisters for the commitment to serve God and the people.
Of our people, issues of poverty, eradication and alleviation, issues related to morality and socio-economic development of Uganda at large and Madisa region in particular.
Reverend Sister Christine Wanchan, the representative of the sisters, appreciated the Christians for always standing with them through prayers and other forms of support, and asked the Christians to always pray for them as they continue to embark on their religious journey.
On behalf of my sisters who are celebrating today, I have said all this, and I wish that we all together we take into account the beautiful message that was passed to us. We have all heard it. We cherish the words from the bishops who spoke to us, the different people representative who spoke to us. Dear sisters who have professed yesterday, please, this is a journey of not turning back. Go ahead, let's journey together. Those who are professed perpetual, please, the journey not to go back. Go ahead. My dear sister jubilarians, please, it's not the end. We are still to journey together. Let's be in communion with our sisters so that we live together and build and work for the kingdom of God.
During the occasion, 2 sisters took their final vow to forever remain sisters, and 3 sisters celebrated their silver jubilee in sisterhood. The celebration started on Tuesday with over 200 sisters under the congregation of the Sacred Heart of Jesus, Uganda Province, renewing their vows and commit themselves to serve the Lord and people of God by remaining single and poor for the service of the Lord. I'm Dominic Antonio Kumu for West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
And more in our stories this evening. During the celebration of the 10th anniversary of Oroma General Stores at Rakitura in Parambo Town Council, Nebi District. The Resident District Commissioner of Nebi District, Robert Abak, has commended the local investors in the Greater Nebi for fighting unemployment through giving jobs to the unemployed and idle youths. Alfred Jawok has more.
According to the Resident District Commissioner, Nebi District, Robert Abak, local investors have tremendously managed to make youths busy in working in factories, petrol stations, shops, weldings, in line with the government in fighting unemployment in this country. The RDC was speaking on 3rd January this year during the celebration of 10th anniversary of Oyoma General Stores at Rakitura Village, Parambo Town Council, Nebi District. Abak further said Oyoma General Stores has employed over 1,245 youths from West Nile region, regardless of tribal and religious differences.
What the current government has done is to give you this environment where you can operate freely with the Kuloka Peri. We continue praying for you. You come with our work plan to us, and we see how best to help you.
Vincent Okaba, the executive director of Global Oils Ghana Limited, said he established the first petrol station in 2003, and the company has employed youths as pump attendants, drivers, and supervisors, among others. He was the first person from Greater Nebi to take ordinary youths as his priorities to get the jobs. Okaba, however, cautioned youths to be remorseful and keep their jobs through being honest. Okaba also added that before employment, some of the youths were under control of idleness, drug addicts, and it was this agreement that they helped to fight laziness and unemployment.
Now, Dimamita Washington area. Sawa moko uberu para shalo dano matimo tishmwa. Nia ya uundre muketo wakama wachi. To some extent, yes. Ento unu dano daka bimu pongezo. Ungit mutiyo kurote ungit pa ngata shell. Ungit pa go. Tekane ngati moko shaka pari kindwe nia ya endre maveke to bobu tie kametie ye kuisha kwil pari nia itine emaru eki awitish ebe sholo umaber na wun kimu makotin tish motengo.
Bob Oyoma, the proprietor of Oyoma General Store, applauded Ugandan government for giving security and supporting local investors in their businesses. He appealed to the government to reduce taxes, as this has driven out some local investors out of the business. He added that celebrating the 10th anniversary should be brought in improving the welfare of the employees and surrounding communities.
If I call any person a father in business and you're my real father, please don't hate me, because in business everybody will have a different father. I have my fathers here, those like KG, those of Okaba, those of Jauka. He also sent for me apology. These are the people when I started business and adolescence was too much. I was arrogant. I want to box. They will call me, say, no, Bob, where you are going doesn't need that. No fighting, we don't want that.
Oyoma General Stores manufactures wine with its main offices based in Parambo Town Council, Nebi District, dealers in wholesale products spread out in Bunyoro, Acholi, Lango, DR Congo, West Nile region, among other places. Among other dignitaries who attended the anniversary include security personnel, business fraternity, employees, politicians, and others. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, NILE CAST.
And that viewer marks the end of the NILE cast only on West Nile Television.